Hello everyone. Welcome in. I'm Cece. I'm your host with Angel Radio Tarot. Today is the monthly forecast horoscope for Aries. Make sure you hit that notification bell. I'll be going through the day, making our way for each sign for the monthly forecast. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you can join the chat. Let's see. If you're in the chat, make sure you enjoy the emojis over in the corner, all the hearts and the hundos and the props there. And after the video has been posted, make sure you go through the comments and slide it to the side and use the hype button that's there. All of these things help the channel grow so much. It helps get it in front of more and more people. And that reaches further along our benchmark this month is to, well, it's going to take, I think, probably more than a month, but our next benchmark for the channel is to reach enough hours of watch time for binge watch the channel, please, so that we can reach the next benchmark. Aries, you're getting tongue-tied today. Processor is off. Oh, we've got a light up. There we go. Let's get some focus here. Archangel Michael, we call your protection down around us now. Holy Mother Mary, Holy Jesus, bless us and keep us. Saint Benedictus, bless us with your wisdom. And Saint Hildegard of Bingen, bless us with your merciful vision. Aries, you've got some new beginnings here coming in. There's going to be a bridge over an open span. And we're celebrating Aries' birthday here. We're just coming into Aries season. Today is the 22nd of March, 2026. This video, you can watch it anytime. And if it is something that does have a date stamp on it, you can use it to calibrate your intuition about what you did know during that time period. So make sure you go back and view videos that, I know it seems weird to watch dated tarot forecasts, but you can use this information, like I said, to calibrate your own intuition. All right, Aries. So if you want to help the channel grow, the best way to do it right now is to help reach that next benchmark. And it is the number of hours that the channel is watched. And we're about a third of the way there. Keep that subscription number climbing, climbing, climbing. It's such a wonderful family we're building here together. We're just starting 6 months into Angel Radio Tarot being on the air. It's been a pleasure with all of you. I'm going to make some notes as we go. Oh, and we are definitely going to scry for Aries. We might need to scry first to see if we can get a map on this. No. Okay. 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 Everybody get your biscuits. We're going to be here a while. We're going to scry later. Confirmation. I know we flipped a card. Where are you? There you are. I see you. I thought it was further up the deck here. But that's our last two for this level of read. So welcome in all of my Aries tribe. Rudy, hi. Well, stay tuned. If you're Aries or if you're cross-reading for an Aries, you might get some information. If If you'd like to make a financial contribution, you can do so right now until the channel matures through the Venmo account at Angel Radio Tarot. Remember, I'm only on YouTube, so don't make any contributions through any other platform. And I'll let you know, and you'll see we'll have availability for super chats and subscriber content. As soon as you come onto the channel, your options will change. There'll be new options available for you as they become available to the channel. And that's because of you. It's because of you. Let's see, Aries, you're coming into a period of new beginnings. There is going to be some regret. I think there are going to be people that you're going to have to leave behind because you're building you're going into contemplation and introspection. And your dissatisfaction and apathy will come with not wanting to deal with this level of corporeal. You're going to have to, it's not that you're leaving someone behind, it's you're elevating, and they can't come with you because they don't have the chops yet. Try not to be sad for the ones that you have to leave behind. They still have some development. Not everyone can ascend at the same pace. Your grief will hold you to him. That's this release from attachment. Even in your grief and empathy, realize that you must let them go for their own growth as we pass through each other's lives. The Hanson family, not the handsome family, the Hanson family, wonderful couple, and I believe they're still in the Pacific Northwest. Oh, Aries, here's your fool. Here's your fool. They sing a song about everything that rises must converge. We're all rising. We don't have to rise at the same pace. We won't rise at the same pace. Thank goodness there are people that have gone ahead of us to blaze the way and to lend a hand. Even if we're not ready, they will be able to show us there is the way, remind us that there is a way. So these new beginnings for you, Aries, just absolutely in your birthday fool. I am an April Fool's, Aries, full on. This white hair comes from head first blazing through the cosmos, doing my best to cut a way for all of us to follow. Aries never really knows what is going to happen next. There is always kind of a sense of fly by the seat of your pants, but there's so much generosity in this spirit here. This is Aries. This is just describing you. We're making a framework. Of course, Spirit can see you. Spirit is spending some time recognizing you here. And this is what comes in your leadership and boldness. When people see your results, however messy you get there, you can't help but sit back and go, I fucking told you so. And they have to admit it. And sometimes you have to be a prick about it. But fuck them. That you're trying to help people come the fuck up. They don't know it. It's a whole lot of that. Wake up. Wake the fuck up. Take your finger out of your butt. It's a whole lot of like, oh, going to the doctor says, what's wrong? Doctor, it hurts when I do this. The doctor says, don't do that. Ouch. Quit it. Ouch. Quit it. Ouch. Quit it. Somebody's got to smack your hand, no matter how old you are. Somebody's got to smack your hand. And Aries' shortcoming is their impatience with people to pay attention, folks. Pay attention. Look, watch where you're walking. Watch where you're walking. Yes, Aries is the impatient parent, tired and fatigued at the end of that zoo trip, trying to get the kids herded back through the parking lot and back into the car. Yes. Focus. We're almost there, folks. We're almost there. Aries is going to be very busy. Occupy yourselves on the spirit realm. Aries is going to be very not triggered, but engaged in full Aries energy. There will be no pulling Aries off course once it is set. And don't think that you're going to be able to pull Aries' mind attention away. Whatever Aries gets locked into here, it's going to be the beginning of a phase for the next 6 months until we hit the veil on October 31st. Weird how it's just like days energy wrapped right up with literally in the dates of, we talk solstice takes, you know, like, oh, the 20th or the 23rd, 4th, it really happens over the series of 2-3 days because we're taking up a long trek in the sun's long pathway when we're making our way around. It's not an overnight, oh, bing, it just happened. No, we are very large bodies moving through the cosmos right now. What's going on, Aries? Oh, let's see. Aries, you might be in a state of self-doubt regarding responsibilities. But remember, Aries, responsibility was not anything you ever asked for. It was always the obvious thing. So wait for... Just try to breathe and focus on the present moment. Try not, this is a partnership with divine. This is your balance. Where you're going to find balance is to focus on balance and wait for the signal. Wait for divine. You're waiting for direct inspiration from divine, and divine is not going to let you miss your mark. Not, yeah, somebody is going to be massively held accountable here. There is a big, and it's going to end with a huge liberation, a huge shift and change. Someone's going to be imprisoned here. And what is that? Oppression? No. I'm going to get the big book. There's going to be a battle where it turns into, instead of it being, you know, like a friendly brawl and everybody stands up shaking hands. Now this is somebody's going to, like, there's going to be a bill. There's going to be, like, the popo is going to be involved. It's going to be grown-ups acting badly. You know, potential court dates. That's what I'm getting. Not necessarily DUI, but brawl in front of the bar kind of thing. And there's going to be an opportunity in that with a newfound perspective. Someone's going to watch you. This going to bring this new opportunity. Okay, so what is this conflict? Yes, while you're busy waiting, because Aries, you're so charged up, you're like, did I miss my opportunity to act? Did I miss the thing I was supposed to do? No, honey. We're just at the very beginning of your curve. You haven't missed it yet. It's just, that's an Aries, you know, whenever you make life changes, 1313, when you make these changes in life, when you are following divine and divine pulls you through a sweep change, it is a sweeping change. You'll change job, relationship, and address all in the same life change. You don't tend to, divine doesn't shift you in little ways. Divine will give you time to rest and get settled and take up a hobby and get recharged and regenerated. This is why narcissists are so attracted to you, because you have this something about you, Aries, here in your capacity to be so broadly open and to be of this, it's like a T1 line straight to heaven. It's a T1 line straight into angel offices. Like there's the red phone on Archangel Michael's desk that is straight to the, taps the line, and all you have to do is say his name and he's, oh, the lights, it's the Cynthia phone, it's the Rihanna phone, it's the Carlos phone. Yeah, and they always pick up. But there's something about the formation of you, Aries, that what I'm seeing is that it's this conduit. That's the word. This high bandwidth T1 conduit line. And you are the physical container conduit. And you have the capacity, this fortitude, this spiritual fortitude about you that makes you able to go into places that would burn away the constitution of most other zodiacs. Now, there are a lot of zodiacs that have your toughness, but it comes with the cold bitterness and the shutting down of empathy. But what I'm seeing here is that you are like the other zodiacs might blast a hole through the cosmos and open another line to dimensions. But you, Aries, are literally the cap they put in to plug that hole and put a tap on. That's how powerful you are. That's how they rely on you. They can't access shit on a they can't interact with it. They can access it, but they can't, that's your purpose, Aries, is to be the conduit for that power line. You are not being, and that power is pure light, pure energy, pure star power, hydrogen lit. The birth of star, just straight up star power. This is what the Nord's Rainbow Bridge, and it's star energy. It's I hear you, blaze and glory. When the Bible talks about not being able to put eyes on the face of God because his glory would burn your eyeballs out of your head. Aries, you are not the glory, but you have been given this cauterized conduit spiritual body. That's why you're such a beacon whenever you get activated, Aries, and this is going to come in. This is prepping you for, this is a vision of what's coming in for the 6 months, how your role in this massive cosmic play we're coming out, in this divine battle that's being played out on the planet right now in corporeal real time, is a physical manifestation of the spiritual battle happening on another dimension that we call in the cosmos heavens. And these kinds of battles, they call in every form of wickedness. And on the sides of righteousness, we have called down every form of cross-referenced religions working together in the common cause to battle it. We all know what the cost is here. We are 1818. We all know what it is at stake here. This is 100 years battle. We did this 100 years ago, and I suspect, and as we had COVID, we had the Spanish influenza almost 100 years ago. And on the tail of it, you can call it, oh, that's what society does after a pandemic because everybody freaks out and we go through all this tension. Or, meh, these things are produced to create these conflicts, to flush out the wickedness, and to start again, over and over, to continue cleansing until we keep elevating. We circle this drain upward. We are elevating ourselves out of Dante's hell by the continued upward spiritual conscious evolution of humanity. We're not trying to reach God. We're trying to come to that point where Lucifer can return to her rightful place as the light of creation, and we can have Judgment Day, and we can have the end of the story, and we can all be at the end of suffering. All of this is a play and a drama and the imagination of God. There's some indecision and stalemate here, avoiding confrontation and a refusal to make decisions, but I don't like the cards definitions here. I really want to get some clarity. We are talking about the big battle. Indecision and stalemate. And if you're watching live with me, please make my birthday wish that 2020 that you pray with me for the empathy to pour over these ICE agents they're going to put on the mezzanines of these airports overlooking thousands and thousands of people 150 feet below them as they've got their machine guns ready. Pray for them. Pray for them to come home. Pray for them to lay down their guns and not laugh from the mezzanines to each other as they say, like fish in a barrel. Pray for them to come home. Love them right now. Pick one. Pick a face on there. One that just triggers your hatred and just makes your stomach sick. Pick the one you hate the most and love that face. Put it on a freeze frame on you and adopt that face and love the fuck out of that, whoever that person is, that soul that is there. Love the fuck out of that person. You can change this too. You can change this, the time you spend in the spiritual realm, praying for that spiritual body that is occupying that is someone's child that grew up with wrong information. Pray for them to come home to their senses. That's my birthday wish. So we're looking at the Two of Swords. Imposter, falsehood, duplicity. That's why I see. The Rider-Waite comes in sometimes different from these instructional cards, and sometimes the mood strikes it, and sometimes I know when it's reaching for something else here. And then the King of Cups next to it inversed. Dishonest, double-dealing man, roguery, exaction, injustice, vice, scandal, pillage, considerable loss. I'm getting that there are some Aries out there that are in personal conflict about the duties that they've undertaken. And if you're watching, honey, this is what we're talking about, I love everyone. Love people you hate, love people you know, people you don't know. And pick the appropriate distance where you could love them without getting hurt. And if you are about to be deployed to an airport, to control what has obviously been for weeks. Peaceful self-governance. Nobody's been fighting at the airport. Turn the power off. Turn the freaking utilities off. Make them wait. Put them in rows and make them stand for days. And look at them. They can manage themselves peaceably. They don't need anyone to come in there and point guns at them and tell them, mind your manners. Please come to your senses. Please come to your senses. People are showing up to work without getting paid. And not bitching and making it work. People know how to do this stuff, whether you're paying them or not. I think that's what pisses them off the most. That you keep trying to drive people into impossible situations here. And this is where this energy of Aries looks at something that is just... It pulls down this autism sense of justice. A sane man in an insane world would appear insane. Aries, if you're being driven to be the family mirror for the zodiac again, that's what I'm hearing. You're going to find a lot of conflict. You've been here before, Aries, and you have been, and this is making more sense now, indecision, stalemate coming in here on top of this. You know you're looking at not, oh, it's emotional manipulation and moodiness and emotional detachment. You're not bewildered by this behavior. You've seen all this before. You don't have to wait for the person to give you affirmation that what you're seeing is not what you're seeing. Like their words aren't matching their actions, and you no longer are bewildered by misbehavior. You will no longer be bewildered by misbehavior. The thing that control hates most is the autonomy of decision making. I can look at something and use my own discernment, and each one of us has this master machine amongst ourselves that requires no external input for us to look at it and know it to be true. Discernment is something, no matter how, no manner of oppression, no duration of oppression. You still end up with someone going, okay, 2 + 2 is 5, but you'll never be able to control that. And that, for some, that's the part that upsets them the most. It's this battle of wills. Have you ever had a battle of wills with a 14-year-old girl? You pick your battles. This is my download for this afternoon. It's some child guidance. You're going to pick a battle with your child, or you find that you are always in some battleship with what seems to be an adolescent mood or an adolescent mindset. Picking your battles doesn't mean I have to win every battle. No, it means when you battle or if you battle. It means when you take something to that adolescent mind, you are already have spent the time preparing yourself for what if they say no. And you have to be already fully prepared that you're going to have to use the ultimatum. That there is nothing they can surprise you with whenever they come back. And you do a disservice to that young mind, to that adolescent mind. To do anything but hold the no. Like to hold the boundary. And to do it without any reaction whatsoever. A leader doesn't get upset. A leader doesn't boast. A leader doesn't grind a boot into the neck. We're having this leadership conversation because, Aries, you're coming in possibly for the first time that you're truly having to exhibit cosmic level leadership. Leadership identifies when the battle has been lost and steps away and retracts the battle entirely. Takes the battle with him. With her. Oh, okay. Well, we don't have a problem anymore. Go back to what you were doing. It puts the sandwich in front of the beast, and when the beast is going to say, rah, 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 rah. Oh, okay, you don't want this sandwich. Okay, see ya. Oh, no, I wouldn't, no. This is no longer, that sandwich, what sandwich? Well, you were talking about a what? I heard you say a basketball. There's nothing to be had here. And that resets that person into when your mother used to say, go to your room and think about what you've done. How many times did you go to your room and actually think about what you've done and come to a point of remorse and repentance? No, you go back to your room and you grouse and you ruminate and you build a vengeance plan. No. The only way you can do this and win still 30-30 on the clock is to hijack that little mind so it is forced to have to spend time reconsidering its path. And you might feel like you're tormenting your kid, like you're creating circumstances where you are, feels like creating a safe learning opportunity for a child before they get old enough and big enough to go out into the real world, where people go to jail for that shit, where people die for that shit because they say stupid shit to the wrong people. Aries, you're being called in for some tough love with your zodiac siblings. Financial stability, conservatism, control, and possession. Now we're talking here about holding back. Aries, if you're in a relationship, we're talking about retracting yourself from accommodation. Quit accommodating someone who no longer says thank you, and see how long they stay sulking in the corner, playing a cold shoulder, icing you for the 4th day in a row, though you live under the same roof, though you feed this person 3 meals a day, though you lift their feet to vacuum beneath them while they've got their arms crossed watching the news, grousing about how uncomfortable it is in this place. Bullshit. Pull back a little bit, see what happens. Just a little bit. So make yourself less accommodating. Find something better to do. This person doesn't want you there. Even for that 15 minutes, just pull back. Next time you go to make a little U-turn, find something else to do. Retrain your brain so that you stop servicing this person and you start conserving a little bit of that, replacing it with serving yourself, so that even if you do want to continue being this person, being of service to, I'm trying to be polite here and be the truthful person here. You want to continue being in service to this person out of love. If they are this uncomfortable with you being at this level of service to them, you're not being of service to them. Pour some of that energy into yourself so that you can recognize when that is happening before you make your person unhappy, because you want them to be happy, right? That's back up a little. Just back up a little bit. Just back up a little bit. Aries, you may be obsessing about your partner, and your partner is just getting a little smothered. That still applies. Pull back. 33 right here. Pull back. We've got the Hierophant on its head here, so it's a little overbearing somewhere. If you're in a leadership role, this sounds like an empty nest. And caution just redirecting here, because you're talking about some emotional attachment addictions here. If you're an empty nester right here, yes, definitely caution. Sit for a while with your feelings here. Make a day, make your birthday make an occasion around your birthday where you have a day to not, well, where was that? There's some emotional manipulation right here that doesn't want you to be in this. They don't want you to come to rest. Aries, if you're in a relationship, people who you're in a relationship with may be sabotaging your They see you starting to coil that Aries anticipation. I feel something very Aries coming on. And they are going to try to keep you tamped down to the point of agitation until you may turn and snap and be very un-Aries like. And this will be able to, then they'll have your full attention and pull you from this. You're going to have a big distraction coming through. I'm not getting that this is a period specific in the next 6 months. This is more the next 6 months is going to be very mission driven for Aries. Do we have any time frame events? So that's a big arching focus. We're going to watch and keep it an hour here so we can do Taurus at 1 o'clock. Make sure you hit that notification bell. We're reading Aries and Taurus because we're coming into that season energy. But I want something more specific on a time frame. Do we have something later in the season? This was all very good and well for April, May, June in the warming months. So there's some significance to this season. We're coming back into some pagan awareness. Quarterly seasons. You've got the next 3 months to gear into, because the 3 months that follow are going to be strategically played out. Okay, my phone tried to update in the middle of that. I hope I got you here. Hi, Paula. Hi, Iced Vanilla. The timing of things. So I got bumped out and we reconnected. So we just jumped into a timeline. We just jumped into a very specific timeline. Okay, so Divine has got Aries. Your mission coming up is almost on a cloak and dagger level. You're going to want to keep all of your personal spiritual experience close to the cuff this 6 months. Yes, keep it in the Hermit energy. We've got the Ten of Swords is down with the Hermit is high. And play innocent without playing dumb. You're going to want to go into spiritual hiding here. We are going into some non-corporeal espionage. We have got this big spiritual battle coming in. And so now is the time you start making yourself scarce as a lifestyle. Start focusing on your spiritual practice. Yeah, and this is to avoid a misuse of power here. Being exposed to someone that would come in and keep you distracted. Keep you distracted. That was going to be that was your big protagonist for your storyline. Someone's going to try to come in and keep you pleasantly entertained. Wrong book. Ace of Wands. What's my power button doing? Wow. Oh, we're good. We're good. Okay. Ace of Wands. Fall, decadence, ruin, perdition, perish. Also a certain clouded joy. I'm getting a return from we're going to see the Lover card here soon, I bet you. I bet you. No deals. Thank you for the hearts. El Jodedor, wonderful to see you. ¿Cómo estás? Let's see. ¿Qué pasa contigo? Yeah, we've got the Six of Swords. Big message coming in for a tower moment for you, Aries. That big level of distraction. So you're going to get a lot of drama coming in. I'm seeing, it's almost like you're having your cuffing season start now. Someone's going to come in and be trying to play fast and loose with you to try to hook up for a season. And they're going to be very charming, very distracting. And this is like the last temptation of Christ Almighty. Hallelujah. Amen. 9 of Wands, something at the gates. There's a enemy at the gate, and the Hangman is on its head with the 2 of Cups on its head. So the Hangman on its head is nuts. Someone's resisting some change here, and they are being selfish in a relationship. They're worried about negative money circumstances. I'll grab the book. Negative money circumstances. Having to lend money? No. Negative, losing a financial opportunity because they're going to be plaguing you somehow. If they fuck this up, they think if they can pull this off, they're going to make a bunch of cash in the process. They're going to be sitting pretty. It's a big win. It's a big resource pull. It may not be cash, but it'll be a big resource haul. A big lifestyle upgrade. So even if they lose, they still get a big lifestyle upgrade. 4114 coming in, the information in the door. Yeah, 5 of Swords. This smug son of a bitch thinks he's going to run a game on you. Knight of Wands is coming in with a message. This is Ilbis straight up. Ilbis coming in very charming, very smooth. Gonna come in like, oh, honey. And Aries, you're at the top of the chain. They're gonna bring your the man of your dreams in. They're bringing in their A-lister. They're bringing in their pitch hitter. Their, what do you call that? Your pinch hitter. They're pulling out the big guns. Now keep in mind, Aries, in this big cosmic battle, remember how close we are to the end here, to the big final boss level, is the bigger they pull these one-offs, notice how long it's taking them to get to the next big attack. Because because the last time they did that, they were sure they were throwing everything they had at you to get you to comply, to get you to come under, and it didn't work. And they're like, shit, that was everything we had. No, wait a minute, we've still got this. And it takes them a while to throw something together. And they've got to make it just better than the last time, so it takes them a little bit longer. So it's not only it's the time they're taking to reamass, but then it's taking them longer to strategize, because these motherfuckers want you out of the way, because if they can get you out of the way, it stops the game. Stay focused, Aries. Stay focused. Your Lenten season may come in longer than you think here, if it means you're going to have to stay off the goodies. Whatever the goodies is, because they know what your lifelong, because they've been keeping you, this Ilbis has been keeping you in a lack mindset your whole life about something. There's some to get right down to. You're going to have to, it's going to suck, man. You've got this one big internal digging out of a core memory root chakra event that is going to be the last festering piece that's going to, once you flick that blackhead, oh God, I'm getting grossed out myself. The spiritual pus that will become blasting through at the head of it, that brings that bright white bolt of lightning of what has been your true form, Aries, from the beginning of time to this massive cosmic event, come blasting through, like when they let the plugs loose at the dam, and it comes out full of slow clogged mud and then blasts through with clean pure water. That's what's going to happen. That's what you're building up to, Aries. So you can use the next 6 months feeling that buildup, but fear not. Fear not. Aries, many of you may have like adrenaline related long-term chronic care issues, like you burned up your adrenals, or you've got some kind of energy, you've got to take vitamin B because your nerves are all fucked up, or you've taken some kind of like lifestyle that is that high exhilaration because you're the only one that can do that kind of thing, and you've got the drive. So there's a big focus on you keeping your physical health up and relating to stress related, positive or negative. Big celebration. Remember, even if it's a good time, it can still be a stressor. So maintain your stress health, Aries. You're being called, Aries, to pull into peak condition. Your peak physical condition, your peak mental condition, your peak spiritual bearing. Pull yourself up to the best version of you that you know yourself to be, Aries. Because you're being activated. Here we go. Here we go. We are coming in this season. Okay. A little bit more on Aries. So we've got the time frame. The big focus is to pace yourself, and you are going to be building, just like you get back into a body lift program or an exercise program. It starts small, but the impact still lays you out for 3 days, where you're pacing yourself not only to be able to tolerate better, those 3 days of recovery become shorter and shorter. You are building and building, and then it gets to where you can do stuff in an afternoon without even a nap that would have taken you 2 weeks to recover from when you started just a short time ago. Remember, we're talking about a 6-month window before you were at peak activation. So stay on your pace. Don't overextend yourself. Time in recovery is time not in the gym. Steady yourself. Pace yourself, calm yourself, steady down, focus. Aries, focus. Big push to lack of focus here. There's going to be movement and rapid action, and people upgrading based on skill, merit-based something or other. So the challenge is going to be about your focus and shit coming at you fast. So stay focused. There's going to be a lot going on around you. Much of it does not concern you. It's going to be a whole lot of sitting still like a lizard and going, fit, 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 fit. That's how it's going to be for you, Aries. But as it is, you know when you have to be sprung. You know when it's time. And it's because you're watching. Acceptance and forgiveness and moving on allows us better choices and allows us a broader view. Sitting perfectly still in meditation allows you to soften your vision and take in the view of the entire panoramic space around you, and to hear every sound from every direction. Yes. And to feel every vibration under your feet, where a moment ago you had completely forgotten that your feet were even touching the floor. Big focus. Reach into your deep spiritual practice here. Doesn't have to be woo-woo. It's about getting into that state of mind where you are with flow. Flow has been a big part of the conversation on the download today. We're talking about flow. Flow of an athlete. Flow of a race car driver. Flow of a writer. They know about this flow, this sub-bodily space where you are outside of yourself or asleep at an activity. And you are in this not awake, not asleep space. A common Buddhist practice is to bring your awareness when you're going to bed at night and when you wake in the morning, to try to hold yourself in that space where you are currently aware that you are awake, but you haven't awakened yet. That moment before your body joins you. That moment when you're rising from sleep and you're laying there and you are only conscious that you were awake because it's a change from the state that you were in a moment ago, which by deduction was sleep. But you have not yet passed into joining this reality yet. You haven't run down the narrative of where you are. You just keep waking up here, man, wherever this is. Now imagine if you could free yourself from the construct that you're about to download in that moment, and that you get to live the rest of whatever this day is from this moment in that state of, I just keep waking up here. That's where you want to be. That's true life. That's true living. That's the true life experience. The rest of this is a construct. The rest of this is somebody having some inspiration or some label or a name for something. But if I didn't know it was Sunday, I would wake up today and it would still be this day and this moment. So this is some being present. Being present for you, Aries, is going to be a big deal. And stepping into some awareness practices. Whatever, if you're going, I'm getting like doing CBT. What is it? Cognitive behavioral therapy. Learning a different relationship with the words that you're using so that you can describe your experience more clearly. Getting another vocabulary. There's going to be some sharing, some kind of not quite therapy setting, but sharing an expanded or picking up an expanded vocabulary because you're talking to someone who is helping you find a new vocabulary for your experience. We've got some, okay, what are we coming into now, Aries? What can we look for in September, October? Because I'm getting August is going to be mundane and clearing house. You're going to spend August. June, July is going to be continuing. I might pick up a little bit with some. It's going to be someone fresh come in at the last minute of the summer season. You're not going to be expecting it. You're going to have run into a routine and pretty much feel like the summer season and the summer people and all of that opportunity to meet someone and run into something weird is going to be, all of these things come in whenever your mind is completely free and you have your back turned to them. There's going to be someone come in late onto the scene at the end of July, at end of August. Exactly. The end of August. Because boy, wouldn't that just tie you up right whenever they need you active in September. That's why they need you there in September and October. And that's why it's coming in at that timing. That's when the attack is going to come in. That is the attack. It's a Trojan horse. Oh, I'm going to get shot. Knight of, yeah, you've got the Queen of Wands sitting in here. All right, so we're reading, what can you expect in September and October? Someone wants you to avoid having this information. Someone wants me to be apprehensive to share it, like I'm telling secrets. I don't keep secrets. I don't keep people's secrets for them. You can't pay me enough to keep your secrets. I don't keep people's secrets. I don't have any secrets. I don't know any secrets. Three Pentacles. Trade, skilled labor, usually, however, regarded as a card of nobility, aristocracy, renown, and glory. So there's going to be some taking the... I was hearing, take the timber from my brother's eye, or take the timber from your eye before you examine your brother's. So this is like a biblical, like a parable or something. Take the timber from your eye before you... It's about criticizing your person for something wrong with it. The Sun inversed, and then the Four of Swords. Trust your instincts here. This person might come in getting close to your work or whatever this project is that you're going to be busying yourself with while you're waiting for activation. Because you're going to be distracted and involved in something. And they're going to come in on the side of this new endeavor or this hobby or this undertaking that you find your... And this is, again, being distracted by senseless affairs. You're going to be taking up something to occupy your mind while you're waiting. And even that state of distraction, you need to keep your focus on your prayer every day. You need to remember that you are not here for this hobby and to make a living out of this hobby. You are here for the spiritual battle. And you let divine take care of the rest. Keep your focus on this spiritual battle. Do not be distracted by senseless affairs. The rest is construct. Four of Swords. Retreat, hermit's repose, exile, tomb, and coffin. This is different from the actually going into hermit mode. This is you staying vigilant and not retreating from society for repose, but presenting like you are, and then continuing to watch things from a safe space that doesn't involve continuing to add to you. In September, you're going to make another retreat back home and keeping close tabs on everybody. And you're going to watch very closely then about who continues the alliance and who presses for continuous contact. And this September and October, it's going to very much, whoever you bring close to you, bring them close to you because they are your enemy and you want to know where the fuck they are. And you want to glean as much information from them as you can squeeze without giving away yourself, your intention, or your awareness. You don't want these people to know how much you can discern from what little that you glean. Keep your skills to yourself, even if you're on the same team. I'm getting some buddy movie superhero action stuff. Don't let your buddies know the full range of your skill set, even when you guys are sitting around yucking it up in the 2/3 through the movie before the big climax. Don't let somebody know you're good enough to almost pick up that Thor's hammer. They don't need to know that about you. These people are your friends right now. Who knows what the future brings? They'll show you who they are with time. You don't want them knowing anything more about you than... Don't tell them anything more than what you want them to know. Page of Swords. Again, we're going into some Sun Tzu's Art of War mentality. Page of Swords. Time to be a sneaky bitch. Time to be the one they're afraid of. Yep. Authority, overseeing, Secret Service, and this is the inverse. It's the more evil side of these qualities. What is unforeseen and the unprepared state. Your advantage right now is in what they don't know. Yep. Under the cover of darkness, and darkness being their ignorance. Keep it that way. I can't make it up, folks. It's right there in the cards. Knight of Swords. The best I can hope for is that I have inducted enough of subtle recognition that because I look at him like, I need to look that up. But apparently I know enough about it by the glance, and the divine's filling in the rest for me. Knight of Swords. There is some imprudence, incapacity, and extravagance here. Someone's going to... okay, so we've got the Queen of Wands is in the center. On one side of her, on her right, is the Knight of Swords, and on her left is the Page of Cups. This is you. You are this Queen of Wands, and you are going to have these people come very close to you that you want very close to you. You may even bring these people into sacred spaces because you need to know more of their character. You need to see them when they are in these sacred spaces. This sacred space may not necessarily mean like the core center of your home, but it will be places where behavior toward other, I'm getting very specifically like, oh, you want to take a date in front of a public restaurant because you want to see how this motherfucker acts towards service workers. Sacred spaces. The Knight of Swords. And this will bring us into the... Really, this is the season for Aries here. This whole thing couldn't just be, because this is the beginning, the big kickoff for the season for Aries. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. Come on now. This extravagance, this, you got like, I'm getting like a 60-year-old fuckboy, a Dusty that's still got some moves, or that you still are entertaining and you just not, I don't know, some player in the action, or somebody that's feigning being a player that's got no business. And the Page of Cups. You tolerate this person. This Page of Cups is a fair young man, one impelled to render service, and with whom the current will be connected. So you'll have the studious youth with got news, message is always bringing you information, never brings you problems, is always bringing you solutions. Is very insightful, got his finger on the pulse, but still able to be like a calm, non-reactive individual. And then very practical, very pragmatic, and knows how to integrate his understanding with people with the need to do business and earn a living, and is very practical minded with money. So yeah, by the end of September, October, you're going to be flanked, Aries, on these. It's good cop, bad cop. Remember, neither one of these are your friend here, okay? Keep your personal identity. If you're going to go into business with these two, understand that they know each other and they act as one when they need to. And it's you against one, you against a doubled enemy. Understand? If you ever have, everybody's peaches and cream when they're getting what they want. But you need to know who these people are when they're not getting what they want. And you're going to find that out by the end, by the time the veil is, we have this big battle for the October 31st this year. When the veil shifts again, and we're not retreating at this veil. We're coming into the big drop for the big next reality. This year that we've been in since October 31st of last year has been a portal transport, like an interim, an airlock in between realities. Massive evolutionary social shifts. The kinds that shifted society, that pulled people out of the Elizabethan era into, the 20th century. Massive social evolutions. I am looking forward to the next 6 months, seeing what all of our destinies unfold. It's been a wonderful hour with you. I hope this helped you, Aries. We'll continue to read monthly forecasts as we go through, but come back in just a little while for Taurus. probably won't be as long, but we'll see what Taurus has, and we'll try to stay focused on the next 30 days. I'm Cece with Angel Radio Tarot. Thank you for joining me for the Aries monthly, what turn into biannual horoscope forecast. Come back soon. Take care.